Hey guys, what's up? It's Eran Thomson back with another creative portfolio review. If you would like to submit your portfolio for a review, head on over to eranthomson.com/reviews and share your portfolio link. This has been heaps of fun. For those of you who've been following along at home, I've started doing these reviews about a month ago, and the response has been incredible. If you've been waiting a while for your free review, I apologize. I've had to give priority to paid and private reviews, so that might be why. I've also now had to change my free reviews to 10 minutes in length. I was going through everyone's websites in entirety. It just takes too long. And so now I'm limiting them to 10 minutes. I promise I'll pack in as much positive and helpful feedback as I can in that short amount of time. This is a bronze boomerang level review. That's the free 10-minute level. I hope you'll follow along and hopefully learn some helpful tips as we go through this next portfolio. Before we get started, I just want to say that over the course of my career, I've looked at probably thousands of portfolios and helped hire hundreds of creative professionals just like you. I'm absolutely confident I can help you create a perfectly crafted portfolio that gives you the best chance of taking your career where you want it to go. I'm going to share with you some of the many things that can make or break your folio. I'm going to point out any possible blind spots you might have, and I'm going to help you transform your work with ideas, suggestions, and feedback that can be the difference between getting hired or getting dismissed. Also, you might not agree with everything I say here, and that's totally okay. Just know that I'm responding to your work in real time the same way a recruiter or a creative director might, and if things aren't clear or well crafted, you might not get the attention you want. Also, I don't have to like everything in your book. Nobody probably will. But if everything is well executed, easy to understand, and easy to navigate, you're going to vastly improve your hireability and chances for success in an already very competitive field. This bronze boomerang review is very top level, but more importantly, it's a one-way conversation. So if you feel like you want to explain your work, your ideas, and your choices, then I invite you to upgrade for a more detailed and collaborative response that will make you and your portfolio even more valuable. The gold goal, silver skillet, and titanium torch options are your best way forward, and each of them offers even more expertise and insights to help you transform your portfolio into a guaranteed gig getter. Yeah. Also, if you want to understand why I'm doing this or just discover more about me, you can check the FAQ on this page. Okay, so let's get stuck in. Today's portfolio comes from Lindsay. She's an associate creative director and copywriter. Also, she calls herself an internet menace, which I love. So we're gonna get stuck in and see what Lindsay's got for us today. And we'll start this timer, and here we go. Okay. So, like I said at the start, one of the things I noticed that Lindsay does down at the bottom here, where is it? Lindsay, your internet menace trademark. I just love that. I think that's great. It makes me like you. I don't even know what it means, but it just makes me like you and want to know more about you and why you think of yourself that way. So I think this is very cool. The LOL creative, that's an awesome domain. At first I was a little worried, like, oh, like LOL, does that feel like, could it potentially be like I'm laughing at you as opposed to with you? But it makes sense and it works. And also if we flip on over to Lindsay's about page, it's explained, right? It's sort of the initials of her name, Olenjnik. Oh my God, I'm sorry. I'm butchering your name. It's Olenjnik. Correct me in the comments. Okay, so anyway, Lindsay. So associate creative director, copywriter, internet menace. So maybe here I'm going to learn what that internet menace is all about. Oh, one thing I just noticed from a design point of view, if you look at these, the way these things line up, that's bugging me. I feel like you should left align the copy with the copy below. Like these feel out of whack, and that's annoying to me, to my very anal, design vibe. So yeah, maybe I just have a look at just getting these justified. Okay, so stumble into the universe of Lowell Creative, where hilarity meets heart and brand stories become legends. Boasting a collection of award-winning masterpieces for bigwig brands, Lindsay, whose first and last name apparently I can't say, is the secret sauce for your boring competitors' secretly is the secret sauce your boring competitors secretly wish they discovered. With her flair for copywriting, campaign development, content creation, social and creative strategy, Lindsay injects a potent cocktail of wit, whimsy, and irreverent flair into brands that are down to swing for the fences. So go on, drop a line, and let's cook up a show that'll leave them thinking, laughing, and maybe even a little envious. I love this. This is great. You're a good writer. Where's the button that lets me drop the line? This, if you're going to ask me to drop a line, don't hide that from me. Put it right here, even before trusted by, like a button that says, get in touch, hire me now. Let's get loose. Whatever it is that works for you. You're missing an opportunity to convert customers here. It's sort of like landing page 101. So I would think about that. We talked about aligning this stuff just visually. I think trusted by is a nice way of saying who you've worked with and for. There's some good agencies there. That's nice to see, and some big brands. So that's cool. This is just credibility building. So I like that. Just flipping over to contact page real quick. So, okay, so this feels a little bit like another about page because there's no form. When I click contact, I expect to see a form, right? I like this though. Lindsay lives life on the sardonic edge, occasionally blurring the lines between appropriate and, well, not. She thrives on egg white cocktails, collecting hobbies that will probably kill her, and talking about herself in the third person. That talking about yourself in the third person is a trope, and the amount of times you see that in bios, it's definitely overused, but I love everything that comes before it. Again, this makes me want to know you, and it makes me like you, right? And maybe have a what's an egg white cocktail? A whiskey sour with you. So this is good. I don't mind the copywriting, creative direction. This here makes it really clear who you are. I assume this takes me to a form. Great. I don't know why you would bury the form though. I do like the call to action here. Let's join forces. And I'd love to see you. Like the back of your head, this is only a good image of you if you're a film editor. There's a classic joke that nobody knows what their editors look like, because if you're in an edit suite all day, you sit behind your editor and you rarely see their face. In fact, I think there's a famous ad campaign for a production company or an editing house where they introduce their editors, and the way they do that is by showing pictures of the back of their heads. So it'd be nice to see you. You've done such a great job with words of building connection and rapport. It'd be nice to just close the loop and get to a sense of who you are. Okay, so let's get stuck into the work. That's what the most important thing is. So now more team anti-vaping. Okay. It's a funny image. Okay, cool. So there's some interesting stuff here. Not a ton of stuff, which is good because you don't want to overwhelm people with too many things. I think your thumbnails could be maybe better. They're they just feel weirdly cropped, and I'm not sure that text on the thumbnails is a great idea when you're already using a title on the rollover. So it can be a bit kind of like word overload. I have mixed feelings about animated GIFs as thumbnails as well. Some people think they add a bit of zhuzh to your folio. I think I'm ambivalent about it. I think it's more important that the brand, not the title of the piece, not get in the way of, not compete with the image behind it. Like not on board with baby, be your own baby. That feels like, why should I have to read all that when really what you want me to do is just read be your own baby. So I think some reconsidering your thumbnails here might be a good use of time. All right, let's go right in here and see what, I think that's Jessica Alba. Yeah, okay. So, okay, this just looks like a bunch of ads that I can't click on. Okay, scrolling. When Michelle Obama wants you to make fruits and veggies cool, you make fruits and veggies cool. Our first lady had a revelation. Interesting. This is awesome. You got to work with Michelle Obama. Okay, just so one of the things you'll probably hear me say when I'm doing reviews, I say it over and over and over because people kind of almost always make this mistake, is there's a tendency to want to explain your projects before you show the projects. You're sort of doing a mix. You've got this, you lead me with some imagery, and by the way, from a credibility point of view, this is awesome, right? Showing famous celebrities in your work, that's always elevates your work, especially if the ideas are great or at least look great. These look great, which is awesome. And then the fact that you worked with your name dropping in your headline, sort of, I feel like this is where you break my rule of don't explain your work before you show your work, because you worked with Michelle Obama. That's awesome. This is the perfect piece to be the first piece in your portfolio, by the way, because it frames how I'm going to think of you for the rest of the stuff I look at, which is you're now at an elevated platform, right? Everybody here would love to have worked on a campaign with Michelle Obama. All of us probably haven't. So you've set yourself in a place in people's minds that is enviable and cool. So, and again, this feels a little bit like a case study, right? The way you've put the information in, but this particular project, I feel like warrants it. So that's cool. This is cool. There's a lot here, right? Working with LeBron, Heidi Plum. Some of this stuff is really funny. Where do baby carrots come from? Yeah, there's a lot of stuff here. Turn around for what? I used to really be into that song. That video is incredible. Okay, anyway, hanging every day I'm rustling. Yeah, these are funny, especially for what they are. I love this baseball card. Vanity Pair. I could see you had a lot of fun with this, and people looking at it would have had a laugh. And, you know, a lot of brands do social media really wrong. This feels like it works, and you had a great time with it. Oh my God, there's so many. I don't know if you need them all, but I know why you want to show them all. Yeah, that's the thing. And let's talk about that for a minute. So I always tell people, just because you did the work doesn't mean you have to show the work. And you don't have to put everything you ever did in your portfolio. This is one of those weird conundrums because there's so much stuff. And a big part of what it takes to succeed on social media is frequency, right? And can you keep an idea going and going and going and going? And you clearly demonstrate that here. I don't know if you need to show all these, you know, maybe 7 to 8 is enough. Pick your favorites, but they're also kind of unique and different and cool and silly that I have a hard time making, making a choice myself. But yeah, that would be my only comment here, is consider that maybe you don't need to show all of these. And maybe a link to wherever these live in the real world would be cool. Also, I like that you put some credits here. That's nice. Not everybody does that. I think it's a nice touch. All right, let's go to UR vaping. Oh my God, we're just out of time now. Time's up. All right, so let's get rid of that countdown. I'm just gonna keep going because I want to see more. So UR vape. Hello, gorgeous. Meet beauty that takes your breath away. Meet the UR vape. If looks could kill collection. Okay. So again, you're explaining what this is before you're showing me what it is. And I, generally speaking, me personally, I don't like that. I want to see stuff before I read about the what and the why. But you're such a great writer, and you've established that already, that it kind of makes me want to read your stuff. And that's, I guess that's the exception to the rule. If what you're writing in your explanation of your work is as good as the work or better than the work, then you get a pass. And, you know, the funny stuff here, to be a teenager again, where only thing more enticing than breaking the rules is breaking your lungs. Like, you've got me. You've hooked me in. You made me want to read. So this is great. I still think you could start with the work and put this after, but at least, you know, in this instance, it's interesting and funny and clever enough to read that I feel rewarded for having spent the time to do that. And you taught me already, the way you've presented your work, that if I choose to read all that extra stuff, I'm probably going to enjoy it. So I think that's a win for you. Okay, what happened? I can't scroll. Oh, here we go. Okay.
Let's be honest. Teens are really, really confusing. Teens are likely to do the exact opposite of what you tell them. So if we tell them not to vape, guess what? They're just more likely to vape. Which is why anti-vaping advertising never ever works. And why 1 out of 3 teenagers are vaping every single day. So how can we talk to them in their own language? Unboxing videos have over 1 billion views every year. So we decided to create our own unboxing video and sent a mystery product to leading influencers for an unbiased review.
We have a mystery box here today from this company, Yervape.
Yervape.
I'm Yervape. I like to be held.
A monkey stuffed animal?
Yervape is your feel-good friend for life. Give your ape a squeeze and go bananas.
It's gonna be squeeze. Oh, it's hugs.
Hold me.
It's doggy. It's
I like how our sweater matches the
I'll hold you.
Hold me.
creature.
Just like vaping, this fun product quickly becomes less fun with every passing moment. Once you start it, you can't make it stop.
Why won't you pick me up?
weird.
Please hold me.
I'll give you another
Why
squeeze.
won't you hold me?
I am holding you.
You better pick me up now. I don't think I like you anymore.
Okay. It's a little aggressive.
It's like an angry Tamagotchi.
Please stop making noise.
You better hold me.
How do you get this freaking thing off?
Hold me.
Okay. I swear I'm gonna post it in the trash.
Hold me.
Thousands of kids clicked on shop now to see what company thought this was a good idea. That's when they saw that Yervape was really your vape. You could get lots of tips on how to quit and help teens finally understand how addicting and annoying vaping truly is.
She's going back to box.
Okay. Okay, that's interesting. I mean, it's a cool activation, cool stunt. And by the way, when you're embedding YouTube videos, if you have your own channel, then the videos that show at the end will be yours rather than other people's. So if you haven't already set up your own YouTube, that's a great thing for anyone watching to do. Host your own work on your own YouTube channel, and then when YouTube does these tiles, people will have the option to click through and watch more of your stuff instead of other people's stuff, getting distracted and forgetting that they wanted to hire you in the first place. Okay, so I'm a little bit confused because Beauty Box, this is what the hero image showed me, and I was expecting to see something about that, and instead it was a stuffed animal. So that's confusing to me. Yeah, so there's a bunch. Okay, so there's a bunch of different activations in this campaign. This navigation is a bit. Oh, those are. Yeah, this navigation's a bit weird because this. Okay. I don't know what this is. Okay, yeah. So this, I feel like there's a slight disconnect here between how you set this up and what you actually showed me. It starts with because of this hero image, and then the first thing that I can actually see is this fuzzy bear character. So, so maybe reconsider how you set that up. This is a really cool idea. I love the idea, and I think if I remember correctly, this one is about like.
Package in from Yervape, blend it out.
I'm like almost noticing like wrinkles.
Yeah, this was like a beauty kit that made you look sick because that's what vaping does. I thought that was clever. That's not clickable. Okay. So I think from a UX perspective, there's a couple things you could tidy up. This kind of navigation down here is a bit confusing because these images look clickable and they're not. I don't know what that is. I'm just gonna go with one more. Be your own baby in a world divided. Shorty Awards winner, congratulations. Okay, cool. So anyway, look, my time is up. What I see so far, I really love. There's a lot of things that that Lindsay is doing really, really well here. I love the way that Lindsay is talking about herself. I like the simplicity of the navigation. I like the attitude. I like the confidence. And I like that even that the copy is so good that it makes me want to read it everywhere on her site so far that I've clicked. That is really hard to do. So if you're not a great copywriter, if you're a designer, art director, photographer, illustrator, whoever, and you're putting lots of copy in your website, find someone like Lindsay to work with to help make that part of your website as strong as the rest of the stuff that you're great at, that you show. Otherwise, I highly encourage you to get rid of it. Less is more. Don't make me read stuff unless it's rewarding to read. Lindsay is a good writer, and so she's got that solved for herself. The navigation, on this site could be a little bit better in terms of once I'm into the work section. That feels a little bit clunky, not smooth, and a little. There's parts where what I think I'm going to see doesn't match what you're actually showing. So I think revisiting that with fresh eyes and kind of going through and being a bit more strategic about the order of things will help a lot. And as I said at the start, I think the thumbnails could be cleaner and tighter and just kind of less busy so that they're not fighting for the actual title of that comes up when you hover for over each section. There's probably a bunch more stuff here, but at a first go, I'm impressed. I like it, and I would love to learn more and see more of your work. So that was my bronze boomerang review. It was short, sweet, hopefully helpful. Obviously, I didn't get through everything. If you just watch this and you want me to do a deeper dive and go through everything on your site, then upgrading to a silver skillet review is an easy next step. If you just watch this and you have questions, or you feel like you want to explain some of your work or choices, or maybe even develop some ideas together, then the gold goal or titanium torch review options are the way forward. A silver skillet review will definitely help make the rest of your portfolio better, but the gold goal and titanium torch levels will also make you better with collaborative and creative coaching that will endow you with ideation tools and techniques that you will probably end up using for the rest of your career. If you end up making changes and you want me to have another look before you start sharing your portfolio with the world again, then I also have a follow-up review that you can book, and that will give you kind of some confidence before you click share or send this out to creative directors that you might want to work for. So, Lindsay, there's lots of ways we might be able to work together, and I invite you to check out this link right here to get more info and join the many, many people whose portfolios and careers I've helped improve. Thank you so much for sharing your portfolio. For everyone else watching, I hope you got something out of this, and when you're ready, I invite you all to share your portfolios.